Hi, I'm Chris. Your dog just sniffed my crotch. And that's why I'm... Hi. I'm Chris from Deus Ex Machina. And I'm with...
Dave from Rampant Wolf Games. And we're here today to talk to you about Jesus. No. Anyways, we're here to talk to you today about the top 5 games that need a sequel.
Yes. And Jesus. This was a hard one.
It was.
It's as much as... It's not... Is it a game that needs an expansion or a game that needs a sequel? I kind of melded the two and say these are kind of point A to point B. But once I determined that, trying to figure out a game
that doesn't have one.
Yeah. Was hard.
Yes.
I'd say 80 to 90%. Either the game sucked, so no one made a sequel.
Yep.
So that was on my list. But all the other ones were even slightly popular. They have sequels. So I picked one that literally had no sequels at all. And it's not like I know you broke this rule.
No, I just realized
because I'm sure you have a game that's like that game has.
I do have a game that has an expansion, so I just gotta find one real quick. So,
see, mine there are no sequels or expansions for this game. These games yet. In the case of a couple, because they failed. In the case of others, because they're so damn new. But this was a hard list. 2 of them I'm throwing in. They're like, they're gonna make them, and they're just brand new because I'm finding ways to fill it. Because you know what's even crazier?
What's that?
I checked Dice Tower to see if they've done a top games that need an expansion or need a sequel. Mm-hmm. They have a list. So there's 30 titles on that list. Well, there's some carryover, but let's say that in the mid-20s games. Every single one of those games that they mentioned has an expansion now. Because that list was made maybe 3-4 years ago. Every game on the list has an expansion. I look through the list, go, these games all have expansions because every game that even is slightly successful has an expansion.
Yep.
Most games pre-make their expansions. They do DLCs. Mm-hmm. They've pre-made it. It's amazing that you can get away with it in the board game. This type of concept, which is vilified in video games. We've ranted about that.
Yeah.
So these are games that do not have a sequel or expansion, but should have one.
Yes.
Paper wraps rock. It does nothing because it's rock.
There's going to be a little bit of some. My number 4 is going to be divisive between us because you're going to be like, well, there is, but. Anyways, moving right along. So
Okay, number 5 is First Martians.
Yep.
A game we will probably never see an expansion for First Martians.
But you have DLC.
Well, they don't have DLC yet. I'm not seeing any expansions for
They had a Halloween DLC.
I should not think you mentioned the Bandits.
No, it was,
I gotta check that.
It was out very briefly. It was a Halloween themed episode, and you can't get it anymore. But they did have one.
I think they should do I think they should do First Martians. It should be a standalone sequel, like First Martians, Generation 2, and have a very small micro dot underneath it that says the game we were supposed to make from the beginning.
Yeah,
because that game needs a second chance, and I think that a DLC wouldn't do it. I don't think an expansion will do it. I think they just need to do a full sequel.
Fair enough.
Rebuild the game, give it another chance.
Okay, well, see, then my number 4 is still legit then.
Okay.
No, it's not technically, but no.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so that is my number 5, First Martians.
Okay. My number 5, just real quick, Wasteland Express by Pandasaurus Games. It's a really good game, Mad Max style theming.
Yep, great box, great inserts.
It's perfect. It's great.
That's Pandasaurus?
Yep, Pandasaurus, yeah.
Oh, cool. So obviously they did a much better job with their boxings and unboxings. I'll tell you, right, the Dinosaur Island, you cannot fit it in the box.
Wow.
You cannot fit the Extreme Edition. Once we unboxed it and punched that out, it's a half inch.
Yeah, no, this thing completely...
We have to take the insert, we have to take the cardboard out of the inserts and dump the game inside the box.
So that one, you punch them out?
Yeah. Because it's
you actually put the punch outs?
Yeah.
Underneath the insert.
Yeah, because it's game trays. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Plug Noah. Anyway, I know his name now.
Yes. So that's my number 5, Wasteland Express.
Oh, no, I keep on resisting because whenever I see it for sale, it's so freaking much.
I know.
It's such expensive.
You should just look at my video of it. We played it on one of our playthroughs.
Or you can invite me over. Jeez, I'm friends.
You're always working.
Oh, it won't be very much soon.
Yeah.
My number 4 pick is Space Base.
Yes. I can see it needing expansion.
I don't think it needs an expansion.
Sequel.
Or even a sequel. I think this one's first March is a sequel. This one's definitely an expansion. I think that game probably really, I wouldn't say needs. It could do better with just a couple just new mechanics, like being able to operate other stations. Or there's so many things you can do with that game because it's so simple. Building on top of it shouldn't be difficult at all because the game is really easy to learn. So it's not going to be a hard target to just add a little things like with adding other stations or building the station and having things attack it. Right? I can just see taking that concept and just making it more interesting. So that's my number 4 pick.
Okay.
Space Base.
So my number 4 pick technically sort of does have one, but it doesn't. And it actually has taken the community to start building a sequel for it. And that's Eclipse.
Oh, come on.
Because they did Eclipse Dawn for the second Dawn for the Galaxy, and they did it so bad. They pissed off the community so bad.
Yes, I know.
I know. I dredged this one up just for you.
Yep.
Eclipse. That's all the time I'm going to spend on that one. They're not worth it. I'm not going to waste time. Eclipse.
He's just bitter. He's a bitter man.
Yep, I'm bitter about that one. What's your number 3?
Oh, no, I'm not getting away with this. You...
Nope, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm going to drink my not alcoholic beverage.
It's water. My number 3 pick is Star Trek 5-Year Mission.
Really? Because my number 3 pick is Star Trek 5-Year Mission.
Oh, booyah! Pow! Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I thought this is the first.
No, we've done this once before.
Yeah.
With Magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Games that need to stop was Magic, number 1.
Yeah.
This is Star Trek 5-Year Mission, number 3.
I got to make sure I screen cap that and put it on the YouTube cover page. All right, so yeah, Star Trek 5-Year Mission. Let's talk about it together then. Star Trek 5-Year Mission. I really, really want someone to pick up the rights because it's up for grabs. Take that game, remaster it, make it the game that we knew it was and what it could be.
Yeah.
I'll pay an extra $20. The game costs like $30. Give me a $50 version of this game with everything. Custom dice. Take it and give it the Elder Sign treatment.
Yep. And you know what? Honestly, they've got so much they can pull on. Not Destiny.
What?
They've got so much Star Trek lore to pull on.
Right.
Just not Destiny.
Destiny.
Star Trek Destiny. STD.
You mean Discovery?
Right. Discovery is what I meant. Still STD.
Yeah, don't tap the series that doesn't exist. That's damn Destiny.
Well, Stargate Destiny was better. But I digress. You don't remember Stargate Destiny?
Which one's that one? Is that the one with the giant ship?
Yeah, with Robert Carlyle.
Oh, Carla, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good for 4 episodes and then it tanked.
All right, number 2.
All right. It's a good choice. We're not going to show the other ones.
No.
Star Trek 5. Yeah. Just to show you, I mean, it got some crappy reviews, but it should come back. It's a cult. Even my review for Star Trek 5-Year Mission is the lowest reviewed. It's got the most downvotes.
Wow.
And yet, it also has an equal number of upvotes. But because people just, you either hate it or you love it. People are like, oh, it's not a real game.
I think it's because it's
pastiche.
Well, you know, honestly, I feel like it feels like it's become cool to crap on the franchise because of Star Trek Discovery.
I know. I think people were crapping on Star Trek 5-Year Mission well before Discovery came out. I think they crapped on it because it's such a simplistic.
But
goofy game.
I'm saying for,
and now
for the
it is.
downvotes, people see Star Trek, they're just like, ah.
No, my downvotes happened. Yeah, well, yes, Star Trek Discovery was out, but I don't think people are downvoting me because of that. I think people just don't like me. So anyway, now number 2 for me, because we've bounced you back to me again, is Super Motherload. One of the only, I truly think, distinctive and original deck builders that have come out. I mean, I played a lot of, God knows, I have a dozen deck builders, even ones that are incredibly derivative and good, and ones that are bad and original. And there's a game that does them both. It's a game that not a people talked about, which is Super Motherload, because it combines deck building with Dig Dug. I mean, your decks are absolutely minute. Absolutely minute. I love the fact that everyone gets effectively very different, distinct decks, that you never shred. There's never shredding, but your starting hand is like 8 cards, which means you're shuffling immediately. And the cards you buy, you're buying maybe 8, 9 cards tops, which means your decks never get above maybe 14 or 15 cards, right? So they're all useful. They're incredibly useful, and what you're trying to do is simply create a combination that allows you. With games like Clank, your choices you make on the board are important, but your deck is still the single key thing. Where with this game, it's a deck builder, but it's one where the deck builder is the secondary mechanic. Placing your path on the dig and picking up the resources from there and using those resources to buy the other cards, that is the primary mechanic. The deck builder is a secondary mechanic. It calls itself a deck builder because the deck building is a huge portion, but where you place your resources and then where you put those resources on the cards you want to buy, that has a lot more choice. It's one of the few deck builders where randomization is such a low key. I've never seen a deck builder where the random doesn't randomization seems to determine so many deck builders. Super Motherload, I've always felt that I've won the game based off of my choices and not the random draw of the cards. The cards you purchase are all unique. Nobody can pick up your cards. Your cards are always unique. You can only buy from your stacks. Everyone can only play from their stacks. No one can buy your cards, so you always have the exact same cards. I love that. I love the fact there's no random flop of 5. We aren't screwing each other over that way. Just we're making choices on the board and picking up resources. Right? I think it's a great game. I think an expansion, because there are 4 or 5. There's 5 dig maps, and you just go down as you go up. You move them up. You take the top one down. You keep on digging, and when you reach the bottom, the game's over. Easy expansion. New tiles with new things and new configurations. That's what expansion should be. Like, here, you play the game enough, eventually you'll know exactly what every board is. I mean, we have 5 boards, double-sided, who cares? Now let's throw some new rules. Other alien artifacts, other rules here. Some neat thing, some weird mystery. Even combine the idea with near and far and have narrative points down there as you dig, like above and below. World's your oyster. It's a good idea.
Yep. My number 2 is Galaxy Defenders. I really want them to put out more content for this game.
That's a game with a lot of expansions.
Yeah, it needs more. It needs Galaxy Defenders 2.0.
Oh, you mean just like drop the game and reboot it?
Well, I just, you had Men in Black. So this is Men in Black 2. Because basically, they had XCOM. That's what that one basically is. It's what XCOM should have been.
Yeah, because when video game sequels, you wanted XCOM 2, and I nailed you for that too. You're like, come on.
Yeah. I want Galaxy Defenders 2.
Okay.
All right. Number 1.
God, there's another game that I need you to deploy for me when we come over. It's coming to a point like, okay, Chris, why don't you decide what to play? Galaxy Defenders, and all your friends are like, oh God, not this crappy game again. What was that?
Bang!
That's a gun. Gun always wins. It was fire. Yes.
I'm doing better.
Yeah, you did really good. You got most of it today.
All right. Number 1, I've mentioned this game before. That's why I'm pretty sure we've done this video before. Battleship Galaxies. Yes. I want them to reboot this game.
Isn't this the game, once again, we talked about it again, where the molds were extorted so they couldn't make
No, that was...
as Leviathans.
That was Leviathans. This is Battleship.
That's why, okay.
This is a Hasbro game. So it's Hasbro that killed it.
Hasbro!
Game companies I hate. Hasbro. True story.
I've applied to Hasbro.
Yeah, they've been responsible for more good games being killed than... Yeah.
Because they have cash cows, and if your game is not a cash cow, it's not worth it. But that's video games. An independent video game could sell 100,000 copies, and it's like a huge success. They're like, oh my god, we sold 100,000 copies. How amazing! And with the AAA games, it's like it has to sell 5 million, otherwise it's not worth us spending any money on it. And you kind of like, wow, what a disconnect.
Yeah, but I mean, like, take a look at HeroScape. It sold a lot, and they still killed it.
Yeah, this is something I've learned. And I'm not trying to be superior. This is something I've literally read about this. I can't remember what it was. But Hasbro, being a big company, looks at their properties, not their IPs, but their companies, and say, you guys have, when we distribute money for these companies, you have an option. You have your A titles, that will get 90% of your budget. Then your B titles will get the rest. Right? So find out what your A title is, and then we dump everything into it. Now, here's something interesting. For Wizards of the Coast, which is Hasbro's divisions, what is their A game?
Magic.
Bingo. Magic got 90% of their funds. And Dungeons & Dragons was a B level. So much how much we loved D&D growing up. It got the smallest portion of Wizards' budget because it was not their A player. Funny thing is, that's how it's been for 15 years. Magic was the cash cow for Wizards. That's what allowed Wizards to do whatever they wanted to do because it brought in the Magic money. Except this year.
Oh.
The first time ever, D&D is now A. D&D is now A. It actually is now at A class for Wizards, which means it's actually making more money than Magic the Gathering. And for the first time ever, that's why 5th edition is everywhere. You notice how 5th edition is quite literally everywhere. We've never seen a success like 5th edition D&D. We thought 3.0 and 3.5 was a huge success, and it was. It practically killed the role-playing third-party market because everyone went to D&D. That doesn't even come close to what 5th edition is. Once 5th edition got the sales numbers, Hasbro went, oh, and Magic started to underperform.
Yep.
Boom! Suddenly they got 9% of the budget, and that's why you saw 5th edition D&D everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not just because it's popular, as it is, but it's also because Hasbro has diverted to, and that's why all the board games from Hasbro all have D&D labels on them. In fact, only this month, they just released a Magic board game for the first time ever. A Magic style board game.
They've already had a Magic board game.
Yeah, I know, but they haven't done very well. This is their because so many of their games, the last 4 or 5 games have had D&D's label on it.
Yeah, but there was Magic.
There's
Magic the Gathering, the Arena of the Planeswalker, which was basically HeroScape.
Yeah.
Done with Magic.
Yeah.
And it again, they didn't. There was no backing behind it in intent. I have all there is to own for it. It's 3 core sets, and that's it.
Yeah. But that's the reason why, in my opinion, why we're seeing D&D everywhere now, is because it sold enough, so it got to be A. And now we see it everywhere. And that's the reason probably why, it's because they looked at it and said, okay, 9% of the money goes to D&D, another 10 or 70% of the money goes to D&D, 30% goes to Magic. You don't have money for everything else. Don't start killing things, even if they're successful. Because we could be making most of the money. We could be making all the money.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I think they killed your game.
Yeah. And it's possible, too, the other one that's going to be heading towards... Well, isn't... what's the other one? Oh, no, I'm thinking White Wizard, not Wizards of the Coast. White Wizard Games does...
Hero Quest and...
Hero Realms.
Hero Realms, Star Realms, Cthulhu... Not Cthulhu Realms. Cthulhu Realms is somebody else.
Taste Your Minstrel.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, they do Star Realms and and Hero Realms, and everyone tells me Hero Realms is the better game, but I don't own it.
It's pretty decent, yeah. It is.
Yeah, I don't know. Star Realms just still kind of annoys me. So that was
number one for you.
number one for me. Is similar to Super Motherload, and I picked Steampunk Rally. Now, oddly enough, if I were to look at this list and go, and I saw all these sequel games,
Yep.
the funny thing is, I would flip this list completely around. And this is the strangest thing. I have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but if I saw all 5 on the list, I had to choose the first one. Someone said, "Oh, this is a new reprint of First Martians, but it's a much better game." I would buy that first. Space Base expansion, I'd buy that immediately. Star Trek V Emission, oh, done deal. Super Motherload, more table. Oh, okay, I can think of that. Steampunk Rally, oh yeah, that's not a bad idea because it's a race. Make another race. Make different track, more parts. Steampunk Rally, Super Motherload is the game expansions are made for, and that's why it's number 1 and 2. These two games are built, pre-designed to have expansions, and that's why. Star Trek 5 Year Mission, we're like, please make a sequel. We'll never see it. Space Base, we might see an expansion, might not as popular. First Martians, probably not. Super Motherload, Steampunk Rally, I think are relatively successful games. We're probably going to see expansions for them down the line, and it'll probably be exactly what I'm saying. More tiles, more options, not really a lot of new mechanics, but it's a game that works, so it doesn't really need any.
Yeah.
So that's my number 1 pick, Steampunk Rally. Really, I know, kind of a weird, almost disappointing list. Because like, there's no real like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I think part of that's because honestly, a lot of the games that we want sequels for, we're getting.
Yeah, that's a thing about when we look at the list. It's really difficult to find games that aren't already getting sequels.
Well, think about the one that because I know we've done this list before because I can remember because on that list was Project Elite for me. And
you're getting that.
Yeah. And in fact, as we saw from the Dice Towers thing, it is the people's choice for number 1 game of 2018.
Even though it's not out.
Nope, it won't be till 2019.
Shows you how broken the system is.
Sorry. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's But the funny thing was that it's interesting that knocked Cosmic Encounters out of number 1 too, because also Tom agreed with it.
Yes. I really don't. What's that term?
Cult of the New.
Cult of the New. I really don't. I really have an issue with Cult of the New with board games. Video games. I think video games are so saturated with veteran players that the Cult of the New just doesn't hit it. The new games are they're new games, so they're so popular.
But this one wasn't Cult of the New.
I know. I still think there's a big Cult of the New problem. I think there's
this one.
There's an epidemic of Cult of the New with board games.
I don't see this being Cult of the New. I could see this being Cult of the CMON. Because it was a CMON remastered edition. I could see it being affected by that. Having said that, it is still a good game. It's real time, which, your wife doesn't like. And
I don't like.
You don't like either?
I don't like it.
Because you have 2 minutes to everybody's rolling the dice and doing stuff and moving stuff around.
No.
But by the same token, it also means the game goes really fast, too. So that's, for me, a nice attractor as well.
The only time a timer should ever be in a game, you should be counting up with a grade of how well you did afterward. I mean,
maybe.
She likes Steam Park, except the fact that there's a real-time element. She hates that one part of it.
Yeah, the dirty dice.
Yeah. I just.
It's actually not in my collection anymore. It's in the to-go collection
really?
pile. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't hit
know.
the table enough. It doesn't.
Maybe that I have half my games with so many of my.
I mean, I even have the expansions for it. The robots and the dirty play.
Really?
I have everything. Let's wrap this.
All right. So this has been Chris from Deus Ex Machina, and I've been with
Dave from Rampant Wolf Games. And remember, the rules are just a suggestion. Play the game how you want to play it.
He got it right. I'll leave it at that.